Yellow just walking in the house in my road, gotta make her put it on. She don't like wearing clothes, just left Concord, North Carolina. I was licking on booty in a whole lot of vagina. Eat a boozer with some ice cream, she'll remember you. Ice Cube make it chip, shiver like the winter do.
See me with the crew, I done get some food. I see you looking like you do. Had to make a move,
yeah, doing clap things like groupies. I feel like Biggie and that Koji. I know this beat sound notorious. Yo, my home is Brooklyn, get a cheesecake. Let's go.
What up, y'all? It's Nate Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador. As I walk home from the park, getting that nice little workout in, I was like, you know what? I got another Rikers Island story for the people. Now, this story is about what happens when you offend the wrong person. If any of y'all read the 48 Laws of Power, right? There's one of the laws, it explains how you could suffer harsh consequences by offending the wrong person. The 48 Laws of Power, all of these laws apply to all walks of life, especially Rikers Island. Now, there was this blood, and yes, this is another story to do with the Bloods. I ain't got no issue with the Bloods, but as powerful as I know the Bloods are, I be wanting to get these stories out. So for one, those of us who are Bloods, right? Well, I'm not one of y'all, but the Bloods that are out there, you can understand what happens when you're dealing with gang politics. And if this is a video that reaches at least one of y'all and encourages one of y'all to move differently and show more love and humanity for your brother, whether he is Blood, Crip, neutral, or whatever, then I've done my job, you know? And also, if you're not a Blood and you're younger and you're thinking about getting into it, or if you're one of those goofies who you around 30 years old and you trying to be in a gang because you're a clown, then hopefully this will push you to move differently. But this is a story about a particular Blood. He ran 3 main. He was lit. He was lit. This is somebody who was well respected. I don't know what's going on with him now. Last I heard of him, I was still locked up. He had got sentenced to about 12 years, so he could be home now. I don't know what's going on with him. And honestly, I don't know, man. He ain't really, as much of a tyrant as this dude was, I don't know if he out here doing any type of good in the world, man. This is one of those people where you like, damn, like, yo, this nigga lost. But anyway, like, this dude was a tyrant. I personally ain't never had no issues with him. We was never in the same crib together. We ran across each other a couple times, in Law Library, whatever. You know, gave each other fives, whatever, but I never personally knew the dude. But this dude had a reputation for being extremely rude, extremely disrespectful, extremely tyrannical, okay? Some of the things this dude was known for, making dudes do the Beyonce booty dance while he violated them, slapped them upside their head, one of those type of dudes. This is also a dude who will violate your food just for the fun of it. If you felt like you would let him get away with it, if you felt like you were soft. This is the same type of dude who he ran SPA, so while everybody's in their cell at night, he was allowed to walk around, check people's cells, make sure nobody harming themselves, trying to hang themselves and stuff like that. He's the type of dude that would piss in a bottle, squirt piss on people while they sleep. He was this type of person. He was the type of person who would throw fruits on your head early in the morning for breakfast to wake you up. Talking about, hey, wake up, day room nigga. We about to go to school. He was this type of person. But one day, a new guy comes into the crib. This new guy, although he was the brother of somebody who was known, somebody who was already upstate, terrorizing shit, was Blood, this guy who was the little brother, he was not Blood. He just chose to not live by that. He's one of those people who, you know, in every hood, it's 1 or 2 families, right? and they just a gangster-ass family. They a gangster family, and it's like, you don't necessarily got to be involved in whatever that family is involved in, but that's your family. So your family's name precedes you. You automatically get respect, and the people who know about your family ain't gonna mess with you in a disrespectful way because they know your family, right? And they don't want to deal with the harsh consequences because you probably got a brother or uncle or somebody, or your father is a murderer or a very violent person, right? So this is one of those dudes. Now, the guy who ran this crib, the tyrannical blood, he did not know this. So it's regular for him to be disrespectful and violate people who, one, he don't know about, don't know your family, don't know nobody who can vouch for you, right? So he violating this dude, doing all the type of things that I said, you know, extorting them, this, that, and the third, boom. Now, after a month or two, this kid goes home. This kid goes home, but he never forgot the names of the people who was violating him, especially this particular dude who was running the crib and was extorting them, slapping them upside the head, you know what I'm saying, making them participate in fight nights and all of that, right? He never forgot who this person was. He has a brother. He has a brother who's about 2-3 years older than him. Brother is a shooter. Brother is a shooter, right? He locked up for a significant amount of years. He's in the max somewhere. I don't know what jail he was in. I don't know. But he's in the max somewhere. Now, how the story goes is the brother went home. Till this day, he's somebody who, last time I heard of this dude who's getting extorted, he's, you know, he got a family now. He working a job. He stayed on the straight and narrow after that time. And maybe he could thank this bully for it. But he goes home, while he getting his life in order, he's sending kites up to his brother. And if you don't know what a kite is, that's a letter. When you send people letters in jail, he telling his brother, like, yo, this particular dude, you know, this blood dude, like, yo, he was violating me. And the whole time, the tyrant who was violating him does not know who this dude brother is, who this dude family is. So now, the tyrant goes up north. He goes up north, he goes to the max. Like I said, he gets sentenced to like 12 years for some type of shooting or something like that. And when he's up there, it just so happens, this is how God works. It just so happens, he goes to the same jail as the person who he was violating, his older brother. Now, the older brother, G, official, all the clout, everything, right? Boss. So when he realizes that this is the same person, because by name, you know, your name travels, he realized who he was. So what he does is he start trying to have this dude who was a tyrant on Rikers Island and violated his brother. He started having this dude, like, he started trying to, like, send him on missions and stuff like that. But this was the type of dude who, he was a boss his own self on Rikers Island. He was the person sending people on missions, right? But that's how it is when you're a blood, when you're in a gang. The people above you, they're above you. They don't care who you are in your little bubble where you at. We say you got to do something, you got to do something. It's like the mafia, it's any gang. So he refusing. They tell him one more time, like, yo, listen, we need you to go stab such. And he refuses. So they're like, all right, copy, bet. Your plate. So now the dude is just like, he moving cautious, but I guess he ain't move cautious enough. One day, I don't know, he in the yard, something like that. Somebody runs down on him, slices his face. He gets a crazy gash, like from the top of his eyebrow all the way down to his chin. And he ends up getting packed up, getting sent to a whole nother jail. And for the rest of his bid, he's a plate. So now, he got violated by his own bloods, but yeah, he's still a blood. He still chooses to be blood. But now he's warring with Bloods for his whole bid. And that's how that story went. Now, the reason why I'm telling this story is because I need people to understand, once again, that this is what happens when you participating in blood politics. This is what happens when you participate in a gang. This is what happens when you choose to violate people who you don't know what they got going on with them, you don't know who their family are, for their laws of power. Watch who you offend. Do not offend the wrong people. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.